Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 329. I'm Ticket Master, joined by.
RPG Maniac '05.
And Trioptical.
So, yeah, we've got some What You Been Playing, maybe middle segment, maybe not, and some news. So, yeah. What You Been Playing? I guess I'll go first, even though Trotical's been playing a lot of games.
So many.
Yeah.
Playing a lot, it's ridiculous.
I'll just start off with the Vita. So, you know, the Rogue Legacy. I called it the wrong name.
You did.
And,
I was very disappointed.
Yeah, just very disappointed. Like I was like the Rogue something, still not finished. But yeah, I keep on trucking along in that one. I beat 3 of the bosses. I'm on the last boss in the darkness zone where it's the jumping goo thingy. But then there's like spikes in the room, and there's also like the wizards in the room. So it's like and like it's hard to see because it's dark. So it's like there's that one, and I've got more pages of the journal. Which the journal is actually pretty funny. Like some of them are pretty funny. It's like this one. He's like, I'm tripping on mushrooms, and I took a poop in the bottomless pit, and I found these chickens in
Ew.
the chandeliers. It's funny stuff. It's like, you know, the joke of Castlevania of like, you know, who puts the food in the chandeliers that you break. That was great. And yeah, still checking along. I got like I haven't upgraded any of the upgrades to like max because that takes forever, but I've gotten every upgrade unlocked finally. And then yeah, so and I'm over level 100, so you can break level 100 cap in that game. So it probably just keeps on going. Who knows?
Do you lock the dungeon, or do you just
I only
go
lock
through
it.
random ones
I
every
only
time?
lock it when I get to the boss room easily, and then it's easy just like to focus in and not have to worry about dying before you get there. So just trying to find an easy route and lock it in again. So that's where I'm at on that one. And then let's see. Besides that, I guess I'll start off with that game I hate to talk about because I played it this week. So
Did you love
Destiny.
it?
I did not, but I finally got to 335 on my Titan, so all my characters are 335. Yes! And that just means I gotta finish up the year 1 quests that I haven't, or year 1, year 2 stuff. Well, no, the year 1 stuff is all Festival of the Lost crap, so F that crap. All the
F
level
it.
2, yeah, F it in the B. All
In
the
the B.
year 2 quests that are just like, I think one's a Red Bull quest, because Gamer was like getting me and Zephyr's help in like Crucible. It was funny. Like, we were playing yesterday, and I was like, I gotta do one more raid, guys, and then I just want to do like a normal raid, and they're like, "Oh, well, E-Dragon still needs to get Flawless Raider," and I was like, here we go again. So basically, we spent like a couple hours getting E-Dragon Flawless Raider on Crota, so that's on stream.
Why didn't you just do the Vault of Glass?
Because it's much shorter and easier to do the that one. If you mess up in Vault of Glass,
I
you start over.
feel
Vault of
like
Glass is longer.
it isn't.
It is the
You
temple.
guys are all
Temple
like
fight.
souped up
Temple
now.
fight
Like
takes a while.
there isn't anything in the Vault of Glass that should even give you guys trouble. You can look at everything and kill it.
Mm-hmm. That's what you say, RPG. There's a lot more opportunities to die in that one.
Jumping off of things on purpose and then not landing.
And actually, it's funny because the first time through, or not the first time through, but like after we got through the Thrall maze without anybody falling in holes and stuff, and we had like, because like that's the only part we died at was like that part, and like that was it. Like after that, we would just like go all the way through, and like the first time we did that, we got to Crota, and of course Zafra like got killed by him because like we had it in the bag, and then he just didn't like go back in his bubble. He's like. He did something stupid, the Zafro thing, and then like got himself killed. And he's like, "It's my fault." And so we had to do that for like another hour. So that happened, and then Gamer is trying to get his moments of triumph for year 2, and it was like Crucible stuff. So spent raid night playing Crucible. That was neat, but we only lost like 2 games in Mayhem Clash or something, and then we lost like, a couple more in some other modes. But like we did pretty good. I was like, yeah, it was great. So yeah, that happened, and then I was getting my weekly Crucible thingies from Shack's done, and I turned in my last one on the Titan, and I got my 335 Eternal Warrior helmet. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm not even gonna bother infusing it. F it. So I got a 335 on my Titan finally, and yeah, like I said, just gotta do these last few year 2 quests, and that'll be that. Though I would like to actually just like raid for fun again and not be like actually, you know, let's make this a challenge. Thanks, Safro. Can't just enjoy myself in the raid, or not, whatever. It's like my last raid will be someone got a flawless raider, so good for them, and they got a platinum trophy, so whatever. So that was that in Destiny, and then let's see, what else did I play? Oh, GTA 5. I've been playing that. Um, Streamed that all weekend, just trying to like I said, just like grind it out, get it done, and then move on to well, I guess not move on to anything really. It's just to get it off the hard drive because it's so much space. Because Batman was like 75 gigabytes or something stupid, and GTA is like 60 or 50, and it's like, dude, these games are large. But then this week on the sale or on the store, effing Evil Within's on sale, and like I like downloaded it. But then like you load like the base game, and then like you have the part where it has to like download everything else that's on the disc, or I don't know what it is, but it's like application data, air quotes is what it is, air quotes application data. So that was like 48 gigabytes, and I was like, why is it downloading? And I saw it was done, and then I saw it was like still downloading something. I was like, what is it down? And it's like, oh, the application data. That's what it is every time. It's just like, oh, we're gonna download everything, and it's like, ugh, whatever. So slowly getting through these games to get them off my hard drive, but GTA 5 is fun still, and it is a lot shorter when you just go through the main storyline. Like if you don't do the side stuff,
Yeah.
it is such a shorter game. It is.
That's what I did.
Much more enjoyable too, I think. Just you can just not mess around with any of the side stuff, just play all the main stuff, and it's great. It's still the best GTA, so enjoying it. And now, oh, but I did get my stream eaten by YouTube, so yeah, that sucked. But whatever. So we're about to prep for the big one on the Union Bank or whatever. So now I know it's like towards the end, so I'm just gonna try to like wrap it up here after the podcast. Hopefully, bang it out. That'd be great. And delete and never play it again. I might do some of the side stuff though, just so I can like commentate and play on stream for once, and be like, I'm going to enjoy this game and talk about the nuances of GTA and like why this is the best one ever. So just why not? Besides that, I played. Oh yeah, okay, because I played that, and I played something else that was like dark and sad, and I played something else that was like a palate cleanser. But Telltale's back because Batman. So I would say it also borrows a lot from if you play Tales from the Borderlands, just because it is much more. I mean, the combat sequences, they seem much more involved than like the standard. Or they've evolved, I guess, because it used to be just like one button, and now it's like two buttons sometimes. It's like, ooh. And then you have the finishing move, and it's like, oh, that was cool. So I thoroughly enjoyed the action sequences in this game and the fighting scenes. I was just like, oh, so good. And then, but then like they also have like the whole Telltale, story and narrative, and we're building something. So it's like, I can kind of see, you can't see where the story's going, but you can already see them like building the pieces, and it's like, ooh, do you do this thing or not this thing? Will it come back to haunt you? Ooh, and
It will.
Who do you trust with this
It's a
thingy?
Batman
This
game.
person or that person? Will it come back to bite you? Ooh,
Yes,
ooh,
it
who
will.
knows?
It's Gotham City.
And then like
That's how it works there.
and then it was, I thought it was kind of weird what they did with the penguin Cobblepot, like his whole thing. But whatever, it's cool. New interpretation is fine. It's like their artistic integrity. They can do whatever. And then I thought they kind of like missed the landing at the end with the whole, oh, this is where we're going with the reveal at the end, and like, ooh, this is yeah. It's like whatever, dude. That didn't not shot. I mean, I just didn't. It didn't grab me like I wanted it to grab me in my orange glowy weak spot like a boss in a video game. So to make me feel like, ugh, you got me, got me, Telltale, my weak spot, my nice glowing orange gooey weak spot.
This is sounding really inappropriate.
I'm just talking figuratively. I don't actually have a orange glowy weak spot on my body. That's just
I don't know, man.
the video game
I don't-
bosses. It's like, oh, shoot the thingy.
I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going at all.
Use the boost to get through. But yeah,
There could be kids listening.
besides that,
You're like, Mommy, what's a glowy weak spot? It's like, honey, what have you been listening to? What's going on? It's like, oh gosh, Tekken's gonna get us all in trouble. He's talking about his spots and whatnot. Oh boy. I apologize to all the parents out there who's gonna have to talk with their kids after this, because it's like, oh, Tekken just decided to just screw everybody up. So you're all welcome.
Besides that, I played after I played that, I played Abzu, because the awesomeness of the PlayStation Store, where I forgot when they started doing this, but it's been like a while. You can just like go on Monday at midnight, get the game, and play it, and not have to wait until Tuesday when the store updates. So it's been doing that for a while.
That was really nice.
But then this week it was like 2 for 1. It's like, yes, I can play multiple things. Yes, and Abzu was just like a breath of fresh air in a room full of farts game because man, after playing so much GTA and just like killing dudes and just like and like Batman's all like Gotham City is so dark and gritty. It's like Abzu, man, underwater. Oh, this blissful paradise of fish and the sea and the ocean. Oh, and just it's so great. It's so great. It's like so beautiful game and just yes, like graphically it's just like so like the palette cleanse of just like it was all blue and glowy and like the color palette in like every other part of the game is like completely different, but it's just so like different and refreshing and just like so good. It's like looks amazing and it's so cool and like you can ride stuff. You can just like go up to a dolphin or a manta ray or a shark or a whale or the different types of other stuff that you can ride and just like wee. I mean it's not you can't control it, but that's what's kind of cool is like the animal's just doing its own thing and like it lets you ride it. It's like it's letting me ride it. It's just like, yeah, sea turtle, woo, yeah. It's great. It's fantastic. And there's like this part when you like get to these like these boosty thingies. It's not it's like this jet stream of water. I'll call it that. Wow, the thing I said before, boosty thingies, whatever. This jet stream of water. So so I sure put it on Facebook because it was just like so like fantastic. I didn't like know what I was like I just saw like a stream of water and like because the stage loads and you like go into it and it's just like whoosh and it's all super fast and it's like ooh and then like you hit some groups of fish and they all start glowing and you go faster and it's like ooh 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 and it's just like it's just great. It's just like it builds and builds and builds and it's just like and like and then the dolphins come in. It's like it's magical. This game is like a beautiful magical game of just like in the current political climate we live in, that you might be a bit fearful because they're just ramping it up to like 12,000 on the fear. It's just like, it's just, yeah. After playing this, I was like, this is great. It makes me forget all about the terrible world I live in and like all the terrible things that I can't escape from because the media just won't keep pumping me full of it. Just like, So, yeah, that was a great time. Escapism, woo. And then
You're gonna have to like work on your metaphors or your figures of speech and stuff because they just all sound so inappropriate.
I was gonna say anyway, but this game felt like a Care Bear stare transformed into a train and just like hit me full speed. I was so blissful after playing it and just like you can like meditate underwater. It's just so chill and like happy times. I was like, man, this game is just it just washed away all the just of the reality. It was great. It's like a bidet of but
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Bidet from the reality butthole I live in. So yeah, that's great.
Don't.
Sorry, RPG. Sorry.
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. I give up.
Just clean it all out. Just it's great.
Oh dear.
It's great.
Oh god.
So,
I'm gonna have to like put a disclaimer on this episode. It's like just skip over Tekken's entire part because it's just all inappropriate.
And then after that, I played Drift. In this game, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to being in VR because, like, you can see from like the point of view and like the field of view in that game is like super cool because you're just like in the helmet of Space Person. But man, it is like super. Even on like a controller, disorienting. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can play this in VR, but I really want to. Like, I would vomit for this game. That's how I felt. Because I was like, I will definitely see people just like not be able to handle it because it's kind of hard to handle just in controller form. So, looking forward to that. But the heads-up display and like the UI is kind of because like the part where it tells you like where to go and stuff, it's like just a bunch of stuff stacked on top of each other on a map. So kind of hard to read and. Yeah, not the best ever, but whatever. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. So I didn't get fired because I was like super confused on where to go because the map is kind of It's like very. You don't know if you can know if the door's gonna open, but you don't know if it's like the one you need to go through until you like get right up on it. So it's like it's kind of annoying. So hopefully I can get farther, but yeah. And then let's see. Besides that, I played finally Rebel Galaxy, and yeah, I think it is the one. I think it is. I mean, it's not Mass Effect, but
I do not.
It's a nice placeholder until because It's kind of like if you played Joker and like you didn't actually leave the ship, so it's like you're just flying the ship and then you take it to the port of like a space station, and you talk to aliens, and then you fly somewhere else, do some stuff. Like you never actually leave the ship, so you can't actually see your character model. But it's like it's whatever, dude. Like I'm on the ship doing stuff and then flying. I mean, I guess it's the other thing is like the combat isn't as satisfying as I was hoping it would be, as far as like
It is not.
compared to like Wing Commander or X-Wing and TIE Fighter or Rogue Squadron. So it's just like, leave some to be desired, but you have a giant galaxy to explore.
Especially since
in your
it's
ship.
like stuck on that one plane. You're like you can't like actually
Yeah, you can only,
maneuver. So
yeah,
it's like
it's very
I was
slow, even though
disappointed.
you're in a very fast ship. Oh, so yeah, that was kind of but it's cool to like be back in the, like at the game where you can like talk to aliens and they're going like just like in Knights of the Republic. That I was like, I immediately felt like I was in Knights of the Republic after that. Like the alien was just like doing his like thing and it's like subtitled and it's like, oh, I can understand him. It doesn't explain the game, like, is there some sort of like, translation thingy going on, but hey, it doesn't matter. Space, future.
It does say in the at the very beginning he gets like a translator thingy.
Oh, never mind.
Talk to the first guy. When he's talking to the first guy, he mentions it.
I guess I just didn't see that part.
Good job.
Yeah. I think I played something else besides that. I don't think that's everything. Let me double check. Batman, Abzu, Rogue Galaxy, GTA. I want to say I played something else besides that, but I guess that's
You
it.
did.
Well, alrighty. That's Oh, 3/4 home. Duh. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
Tactical was all like, "This isn't a game. Oh, I don't know if
You
I
did
call
say
it a
that.
game.
I remember it.
It's
You
a
said,
it's a visual
you said everything's not a
short
game.
story. I would call it a visual novel because it's not long enough, or whatever. I'm tropical and I'm tropical it up. But
Sure,
yeah,
that's what he does.
that's not what actually. That's not what he actually said.
That's exactly how it goes. If only you guys heard the pre-show. This is exactly what it sounds like. Exactly what it sounds like.
But yeah, not only is this game, I very much enjoyed this game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's all, you're this lady who gets in this car, and you're all driving, and then, it's like, okay, Tactical, I'm gonna tell you about this game. This is a game because there are dialogue trees, and it's all like, ooh, what do I say here? Ooh, where do I take the story here? Ooh, so you have like this super interactive narrative, and then on top of that, you got some sweet cassette tape playing in your car, or you can turn it off, which I did later on because I was like, this is getting old. So I turned it off, and then I was like, I mean, I can only take this music for so long. And then that's it. And it's all raining, and like the rain is like going through the text, and it's like, ooh, it's all like feeling the sense of foreboding of like just, yeah, like literally washing up all on my eyes because I'm reading, and I'm trying to read here. And that's great, and like all the conversations are great, and like the places the story goes, it's like, ooh, what's going on here? Ooh, do I want to keep prying into these people's privacy? Do I want to keep prying into these people's privacy? Ooh,
Yes.
and just like, oh, and then like it just get building, and then like, I mean, it's probably like not midway through, probably like 75% through. It's like because you're in the Midwest.
Haha, 3/4 of the way through. I'll see myself out.
Yeah, driving through the rain in like a storm, and then the coolest thing happened because like I had to hit my gold headset on, so it's like 7-1 sound, and then like a tornado siren came on, so like immediately my like spidey sense was like, but then I was like, it's a game, it's in the game, and so I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. So I thought that was cool because I was like, oh, because like usually like games aren't set in the Midwest, so you never had to like see a story from like this perspective of people like in the situation and like what they're doing. So I just thought it was like a cool, nice little story about a family in the Midwest going through some stuff and dealing with it, and then like the epilogue was all like, ooh, talking with my mom, ooh, and then just like, oh, I enjoyed it, I very much enjoyed it, and then like the short stories by the brother, I read like one of them, but I did scroll through all of them to get the trophy, so yeah, I very much enjoyed 3 Wars Home, and it's a cool game you should check out if you enjoy the weird indie stuff like that, and yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a game tactical, so yeah. You're wrong.
Mic drop.
I mean, I thought it was.
And you also have to like to hold down the button for the car to go. So it's like if you let go the button, the game just goes like, or it makes that rewind sound of like, I can't do it, and then yeah, everything just stops except for the rain and the music and stuff. There's also like a button for the headlights too, but whatever. And you can like walk around on the next part because you don't actually have a car, you just walk. So while you're on the phone talking, it's pretty cool. But that's all I've been playing, and I thoroughly enjoyed 3-4 Home. So yeah, if you can find it for cheap, because it'll probably be cheap again, check it out and give us your thoughts, because I'm totally in the camp of. Do you agree? Yeah, we're going to have like a Avengers Civil War here. Like, are you taking an RPG on this one? Because you only choose one side, and I'm sorry to say, but I'm totally right on this one. So.
Wait, Techno RPG? You mean Techno Tropical?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's totally.
It's like, wait a minute. It's like I'm not even part of this anymore.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I say it's not a game because
he's doing it again.
None of the stuff that you do, like driving the car and stuff, like they don't. That's not the meat of the experience. Like the meat of the experience is the talking.
Which has dialogue trees, which is interaction, which is a gameplay mechanic, which makes it a game. Mic drop. Done. Not doing this, Tropical. We're not doing this again. Not doing this again. You're not doing this again, Tropical.
All right, we will actually present this since no one commented. So sad. Yeah, I also played Telltale's Batman right when it came out, which was awesome. But I don't know about it yet. I think just having the one episode, it was sort of weird because like for the combat parts I was like, okay, that looks kind of cool, but I sort of feel like I would rather just see the whole thing rather than just have, the slow motion parts for me to react with these QuickTime events. Because it's not like you get to choose anything. I think that's why like the later part was really cool when you're doing the planning.
Yeah. Well, also the detective stuff was cool too.
Yeah, the detective stuff was really cool.
Ooh, and then like the back computer, yeah.
Yep. So mechanically, like I think the detective stuff and the like planning stuff, that was really cool. As far as the story goes, it feels weird because it's like early in Batman's career, and you meet people who,
that is weird actually.
75 years of Batman.
It kind of feels like it's more focused on like you as like making choices and decisions for Bruce Wayne, not as much for Batman. It's like Batman, we already know what's gonna happen, but for Bruce Wayne, this is going to have major implications. Don't mess up.
Now, we know who these people are. We know who they will be. Are we supposed to like ignore that and just be like, maybe it'll be different this time? Maybe if I'm good enough, they'll be good too.
No, Tropical.
Yeah, I'm kind of like worrying there's going to be a part where it's like, do you want to tell Harvey Dent your secret identity? It's like, no, I know how this goes. Why would I do that? He's going to know.
So wait, so most of the since this, I guess this is like the beginning of his career. So then most of the like his rogue gallery isn't like, they're not like villains yet.
Yeah, they're like
they're also their human
versions.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's sort of weird
because he runs to Catwoman and he's like, yeah, I like there's some weird cat burglar tonight. It was weird. I fought her and she like took something, whatever. Like it's like he has no idea.
That part was fine. Like that seemed like okay, I could sort of deal with that. Like the relationship, they aren't expecting you to sort of like forget what you know and try to do it as if you were Bruce Wayne in the early days of
it's kind of like neat though on like the dialogue options and like when you like have her like held, like you could just be like, talk or I'll drop you. It's like Batman's not gonna say that. What jerk would say that?
He's new Batman. He has to get acquainted with his more suave Batman-y self.
Also, it seems like everybody is taking the Christian Bale adaptation of like, well, we got to disguise his voice, and they totally did in this game of like he pushes the button before he talks every time.
It does sound really cool though. Like, there's some versions of the voice change that sound weird, but like this one sounds pretty cool. Partially because like Bruce Wayne sounds so much like Troy Baker. It's like, it's Troy Baker. I'm playing another game with his exact same voice right now, where he drives around, in illegal street races.
It's what he does. Yeah, he has a kind of a distinctive voice. So if there wasn't like a voice changer, you would kind of notice that because it's like, well, you sound
Troy
exactly
Baker?
like this
I mean,
one
Bruce
guy.
Wayne?
I was like, It's like you sound like this
I
one
sound
guy.
like a lot of people.
It's like did you just do what I think you just did? It's like
I in the crew at Shadow of Mordor.
it's like what is this? What are you doing right now? What's happening? That would be funny if somebody tried to call him out on that.
But I guess like as far as like shaping Batman, it seems like there might be like a thing to like his mythos because every like all the henchmen are like, oh, I heard this story or this one time. So it's like you have like these two specific options where it's like I think I chose the right answer because I'm not a terrible person, but it's like I would imagine that if you chose like the option I didn't, that like people will remember that, and then like the part at the end it says like Gotham will speak of this or something. It doesn't say like Gotham will remember this. It's something like weird the way it phrases it of like Gotham will speak of this or something. So it's like if you don't just like arrest the dude and you like beat him up in front of the press, I'm pretty sure everybody will be afraid of you, even like as opposed to like you're a symbol of hope and justice. It's like nope, everybody's just afraid of you, and you're just somebody that goes around with a bad costume beating people up all the time.
There still is that. I think there's still like that fear factor of Batman though, because like even as like a symbol of hope, people still like even people who know he's like more or less a hero still are like afraid of him. They're not just like, oh yeah, this guy, he's totally great. I mean, keep in mind he is running around at night in a bat costume, so it's not like people are just like, yes, let me just embrace this because. I mean, he's just one step away from being like turning on somebody and beating the crap out of them just out of anger or something. So, I mean,
I guess yeah, it depends on the version of Batman. There are definitely versions where like everyone is afraid of him. The Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman one is what that. But then like even Batman Begins, it was like a lot of people were unsure about him. Criminals were all afraid of him, but then like there was that kid. He was like, oh, he's super excited to see Batman.
well, he's
And
a
then
kid.
like the later on one, yeah, like the other ones who were wondering like, oh, is he gonna come back? And so there were people who seem not afraid of him. This version, yeah, maybe you get to like build that Batman.
That was pretty. I thought that was pretty cool because it seemed like you were shaping like the mythos. Because like the very opening scene is like when you're breaking in, you see like you just like hear the henchmen talking amongst themselves about him. Of like, do you think he's gonna show up? And they're like, oh, I heard this story at the zoo, or someone says like something about like the flying whatever at the zoo. There's some joke or something, but like I just thought that was great. It was like them just like talking about him of like, he's out there. He could come in like any moment, guys. Like we're doing something illegal. His spider sense might be tingling, and he might just like come over here and like,
Wrong
beat us all
superhero.
up. Whatever. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that part. Did you play it like right after it released?
Yeah,
Just in one sitting?
yeah.
What was the percentage for the arm break?
I think it was. It was. I think less than half of people. I want to say it was either like a 40-60 did or didn't do. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, mine was 40-60 didn't. So most people did.
See, I think that's a cool thing though, because like if you look at Arkham City and Arkham Knight and like those games, like Batman usually actually does that. He'll like interrogate the henchmen and then like do something really mean to them, and just, like, that was not necessary because like I didn't do that because I'm a Paragon.
It's like I talked. I told you everything.
I made,
It's like yeah, still
and
gonna
I'm a
break your
lawful
arm
good
though.
person.
He's like, if you're lying, I'll break the other. What are you talking? Ah! And then he leaves.
How would you do this?
So I felt like somewhat conflicted because I was like, well, if I would have stayed true to the character that I know, I would break his arm. But I was like, as a Paragon and as a lawful good person, I cannot do this. So I didn't. But I was like, man. But then like after I saw the statistics, I was like, ooh, this is going to get good because it's going to like you have people that are like, well, I am Batman, so I can do whatever I want, or just like they're like rational for whatever they do. It's like, okay, well, it's whatever. I'm Batman, or like I would like in the situation I've seen him do this thing, but it's like, what would you do if you're like you're going at it from the wrong perspective. It's like, what would you do if you're in the situation? Not what would Batman do, but whatever. So that's gonna be.
I mean, you can't really play him as a Paragon, can you? Because I mean, he's still a vigilante, so it's not like.
Actually, it's funny because like in the option to interrogate the dude, instead of just like saying something like scary or creepy, I like pushed him against the wall. And then I like swung the pipe and like hit something. So I was like, I didn't even say anything. I was like, no, I'm gonna let my actions speak. That's what Batman do. It's like, yeah, yeah, not like, oh well, talk and all, blah blah blah. It's like, nope, pushed against the wall because start freaking out, and he's like, dead. I was like, ooh, I got him.
I'm
I
waiting
got
for
him
the
squirming.
thug who's just gonna spill his guts, and when you just like pick ellipses every single time. I ain't telling you nothing. Ellipses. Okay, come on, man.
It's like I'll tell you everything. I'll write down the schedule, write down his. It's like ellipses. It's like we cool, right, Batman? We cool, we cool. Breaks his arm. It's like, oh, okay. It's like this Batman's a bit
Pretty interesting.
unhinged.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'll try to sit in that mindset. If I was Bruce Wayne in this situation, what would I do?
Be crazy.
Because then, like, it's cool because like the Bruce Wayne parts of that are even more like political and like, well, how do I deal with the mob here? Because they can't be trusted, but I kind of need the help here. So a very tight line to walk. And then like the way they did the finale of like, well, this just this just escalated to a whole new level. So yeah.
Doesn't it always? Doesn't it always?
So that was really cool. And then so I finished that in one sitting, and then jumped directly into Abzu and played through that in one sitting. It's I don't know what it's about. It's basically Journey, right?
Yeah,
but
I would say
under
it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. Yeah, it has like a lot of the same elements, just
Yeah.
from, like exploring and doing your thing. But it's
To
not
me,
like Journey
like-
to where it's like you have a giant mountain that you see of like I must get there, or you see the little hieroglyphics on the wall of like explaining things.
Yep,
It's much more like
definitely.
open to interpretation, which is I thought was cool.
I think my thought at the time was this is basically a game about looking at fish, and these are all, I think, real fish that
Until you get to the
exist,
end.
or that existed,
Yeah.
and listening to like fantastic classical music. Like I spent a lot of the game sitting on those shark statues.
I did too. I was
Just
just like,
listening to the music and
oh,
like looking at the
meditating,
fish.
looking
And
at
I was
the
like,
fish.
this is cool. But I have no idea what this is about.
actually, funny you say that, Trevor, because like after finishing the game, I was like, well, I'm just gonna make up my own story for this. And like, you know, once upon a time, aliens crashed on Earth, and then like all the humans are dead, and then it's just like a giant ocean because they effed it up. And then the aliens were like, well, let's put. Well, it's a long story. It gets weird, but I'm gonna save you this. I'm gonna save you the trouble. It's like it just involves aliens and probes and fish and
Of course it
robots.
does. Because why wouldn't it?
So yeah.
Because it's Tekken.
It's very pretty. I think it's actually prettier than when they first announced it. I think when they first announced it, it had much simpler looking visuals, and then now that it's out, it's like, wow, the visuals are like much more detailed and fleshed out.
Man, when you're in
and
like the
just,
school of fish that are doing that
schools
circular
are
swarm
awesome.
thing, that was just ugh. And you could like stand in the middle of it and just like watch them around. I was like, oh my god, that was it. I was like, this game's man, this game's got me.
I noticed there was a slight frame rate dip
Yeah, I did
when
too.
you do that,
I was like,
but it's
whatever.
like, other than
It looks
that,
so
I was
good.
like, this is amazing. Like, it's funny when you meditate in those areas because like you can push the stick around, right, and select or like focus on different fish,
Yeah.
and you just can't focus on any other fish. It just keeps focusing on individuals in the swarm. And I was like, all right, never mind. I'll just swim up there and look at it. Yeah, it's very
There's
cool.
a lot of like really good lighting effects, like the way the water is on like the surface when you're under it, and like you're looking up at it. It looks just like if you're in a pool and you're looking up at water, it's like and like the god rays that come through the water. The sound is like it's so good, so good.
It's
So,
sort of, it's,
so good.
it's sort of weird. Like I was playing it, and then I noticed like they didn't do a lot of the things that other people do to make you feel like you're in water, and yet it clearly felt like you were in water. Like there wasn't like bubble trails everywhere. They had like stuff floating in the water, but like not nearly as much, I guess. But yeah, like somehow it just if you feel like you're in the water. And then they did this interesting thing with the controls, whereas like in a lot of games where you swim underwater, basically you can swim vertically down by just like holding that direction on your thumbstick. But in Abzu, if you keep holding down, you will eventually like you don't keep swimming vertically down. You actually swim until you hit like 90 degree or directly down, and then it swings back up. And so if you hold the direction, you actually swim in a vertical circle, which was kind of neat, and I think actually makes it easier to maneuver in water somehow. Um, my recommendation, if you haven't played through it yet, is like don't mess with the camera while you're swimming. Just like use the left thumbstick, and it seems to work really well. Moving on from that, well, I mean the oh, so this is what happened. Like I decided that you know what, I'm gonna play lots of stuff. I'm gonna play stuff every day. And so to play stuff every day, I was like, okay, what do I need to play every day? And I was like, well, Destiny has a victory chest every day. Guns Up has a like login bonus thing, sort of like Gran Turismo. I want to say it was 4 that had it, or no, 5 has it too. If you like
Oh
log
yeah,
in
log in
consecutive
consecutive
days, you
days.
get
Yeah.
more stuff. Guns Up is consecutive days. They give you better and better like random draw prizes at the beginning when you first log in. And so once you hit day 7, you get things like 30 gold or an epic card pack. Gold is like the premium currency. And I've been getting like a ton of the premium currency. It's like, okay, so yes, it still takes like 12 days to get premium items with gold, but you know, that's not cash. So it's better. It just requires logging in every day. And so I've logged in 23 days straight now on that. I keep messing it up though and keep falling back to day 1. So 23 today. So I've been logging into that and not actually playing it. I've been logging into Paragon, and fortunately with Paragon you have to win a game. And man, today was miserable. So I logged in today. I was like, okay, I got to win one game to get my victory chest. And I played, I think, 5 games today. And 4 of them I lost because my team surrendered. 3 of those times was like really sort of inappropriately surrendered. It was like we were ahead or even, but you think that because you've died a lot or we've died a lot, we are losing, and so like 4 out of 5 surrendered, and then the game ended in defeat. It's like, really, again? And so the 5th one, they should have surrendered, but they did not. So it was like an hour-long game where, like, right near the end, we still had all of our buildings, and they had nothing. Like, we had destroyed everything, and they were still fighting. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't think they even touched our towers once. If you look on the map, like, all of our towers had full health. So, but yay, finally I got the victory chest today.
Yeah, chapter cool. When you're on so many teams of quitting, the game's like, let's throw this guy a bone. He needs one.
I guess so, but man, they should just quit. I was done playing today. I was like, I don't want to play anymore. It has been very frustrating today. Was it yesterday? A few days ago, I played with RPG. Oh, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, because the Fae came out yesterday.
Yeah.
New character came out yesterday. I thought she was physical damage, but actually she's energy damage.
How would you think she was physical?
I don't know. I was playing one game and I was playing a steel, and I put on energy damage armor, and then I was fighting, and for some reason I thought I saw physical damage pop up on me when she hit me, and I was like, oh crap, I made a huge miscalculation. That means there are actually more physical damage people on their team.
She's a caster.
There should be. Huh, there are no physical damage casters.
Hence
They
the
should do that.
casting. That would be weird. They would be like throwing stuff at you, basically. Like actual stuff.
Lots of stuff. But yeah, she's pretty cool. I think she's mostly, well, she can clear lanes really quickly later in the game. You just drop your like slow vines and then that bomb thing.
The poison plant.
Yeah, and it's just like so fast. You take out a wave of minions. Um,
The only problem is it takes a while to build her up to that, though, because she's like pretty weak sauce in
yeah,
terms of damage output, especially at the beginning.
it's it's mostly like yeah. I think mostly if you use her as support, and like one of the games today, I got to play as the Fae, and I was following around a Chimera, and he had built up really fast, and I was just like, I'm just gonna like drop these vines and slow people, and then you can just like pounce on everybody and kill all of them. And we did that a long time, and for some reason my team surrendered in that game. It's like I don't get it. What happened yesterday? I don't remember. Today was like too devastating that I don't remember the other games that I play with RPG. It's fun playing with RPG because we can actually coordinate. Like sometimes pickup groups do coordinate like that, and it's sort of cool. But then, yeah, voice coordination is more fun.
Yes. Although, unfortunately, some people still suck at life. And then they try to blame it on other people. Because one guy messaged me while we were in the middle of the game, and I was like, bruh, don't even, because you're not even. It's like, you are not doing your job right now, so do not. Do not. So.
Oh, I had one today. He was like, oh, what did he say? He's like, oh, I went to. We were like pretty far ahead, and then he left and went to the restroom for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and came back, and we were like far behind. And he's like, "This is what happens when I leave." Man, I was carrying the team. I was like, no, that when you leave, it becomes 4 people fighting 5 people. It doesn't matter who leaves. If anyone leaves, we're screwed. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then we lost that one through surrender. But that one, like, that was the reasonable surrender. It's like, well, yeah, we were super far behind now, and they took the orb, and they're being smart about it and not delivering it. They're just running home and like waiting it out. So it was terrible. That was devastating.
They once. Well, we won that game though because the other team quit like as soon as we like started killing them. They're just like, we're done. It's like, oh, well then, there goes that.
So that was Paragon this week. Then I found out like Killstrain, which is that free-to-play game from San Diego Studios. It also has a daily login mission type thing. So you log in every day and there's a new challenge, and then if you accomplish it, you get like some in-game currency. And so I've been playing that. That game is kind of weird. So it's like top down. Like top down twin stick shooter with little guys, and they all have different abilities. So it's sort of MOBA-esque in that way. And people kind of call it a MOBA, but I don't really see it because instead of 2 teams, it's 3 teams. It's like 2 teams of 4 humans, and then a third team of 2 mutants. And the mutants like spread this. It's called the Strain. It's just like this corrupted-looking area of land, and when they run around in it, they're invisible. And then occasionally, and I don't really know how the mechanic works, but occasionally they get a assimilation or whatever, and so once that happens, they can like kill one of the humans and then drag them over to the Strain and then turn them into a mutant. So if the mutants are good, as the game progresses, there are more and more mutants because they just like keep turning everyone. And then the 2 human teams, they can like fight each other and try to kill each other's bases, or they can kill the mutant base. And so the game ends either when the time is up, and the game is 20 minutes, or one of the bases is destroyed, and it doesn't matter which one. So you get weird situations where like or I don't know if it's weird. It's just like oftentimes the mutants start and it's like, okay, 2 mutants, and they run out and they start like spreading strain and stuff, and then you'll just see the humans coming up the mutant base is like in the top middle, and the human bases are on the left and right. And you'll see them coming up the map and just like destroying strain all along the way, and then like trying to take out the mutant base while kind of ignoring each other. And it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, I guess that's one way to win. But yeah, like the whole concept of winning in Kill Strain is really weird because like there's two ways for the human teams to win: kill each other or kill the mutants. Way easier to kill the mutants in the beginning, even though it's hard to clear the strain. There's only 2 mutants to fight against. So if like your whole team of 4 is working together, it's very hard for those mutants to kill you. Although if like humans walk on the strain, they get damaged. But then like if you're a human and then you get turned into a mutant, then suddenly like you're working against the humans, and so like it always like every time the game ends, you don't know if you won or not. You're just like, I guess it's over. My team did not win, but since I was turned into a mutant, I guess we did win. Yeah, like it's a team game where the performance is all like focused on individual performance.
That's
Kind
not
of fun though.
That's not how teams work.
Yeah, like, I don't understand it. Like sometimes, occasionally I'll be the mutant at the beginning, and I'll run out, and then once it actually announces when a turning is available, like when you can grab someone and turn them into a mutant. So, and in theory, that tells everyone, okay, stay on your guard, because if you get grabbed, you'll be turned into a mutant. But sometimes it seems like people want to be mutants, so you'll be like, you'll run up and then you'll see just a guy run into the strain and stand there, and so he's like taking huge amounts of damage, and it's like, I guess I'll kill you and turn you into a mutant.
They all drank the Kool-Aid before the match started.
It's weird. So yeah, like the flow of the game will be in the beginning, you go out and you capture this sort of turret thing for your base, and then it generates these arc canisters, they're called. And the canisters, if you throw them at the strain, it like kills the strain really fast. And so you keep running back to this thing to throw more canisters to clear a path to an arc collector. And once you capture that thing, then you can deliver your canisters to it, and it recharges like your ultimate ability, basically. And everyone has the same ultimate, which is this mech suit that comes down, and it's immune to strain damage, and it does like has way more firepower. And so you're sort of doing this, and you're fighting for this like drop-off point against the other humans, because the mutants don't care about drop-off. But they do care that there are people there. So, blue humans will be fighting against gold humans at this drop-off, and then suddenly like mutants will come out of the strain and like pounce on everyone. And then you have a choice. It's like, okay, do I like start shooting at the other team so that the mutants will be like, well, that guy's weaker, so we'll go get that guy. But then if he dies and he gets dragged into the strain, then there's more and more mutants, and then it's harder and harder for you to ... Like that becomes the question. Is like, okay, so now what do I do? Is like, do I feel like, okay, now there's far less humans on the other team, so we can try to take their base, but that means there are way more mutants, so should we fight them instead? It's like, it's strategically confusing game, but still pretty fun. Having fun with it. So I've been logging into that daily to get those. Today was kill 10 mercenaries as a mutant, and I got that on the first game. It's like, cool, so I only have to play one. So I'm done. Yesterday it was kill 10 mercenaries as as whatever, and it took me like 5 or 6 games because I could not get the last one. I had 9 out of 10, and then like the last like 2 or 3 games I could only kill mutants. I was like, what is happening? So yeah, yesterday I played a lot more of that. What else did I play? So Oh, so daily games. I've been trying to like walk more, and so what I do now is I'll wake up and then play like an hour of Persona 4 Golden on my Vita while I just walk around the house. And man, I gotta say, like the it is stressful to play Persona 4.
You're welcome.
It feels like the opportunity cost of doing anything is really high. You know, as long as you do nothing, like time never progresses. But once you do one thing, then everything else you could have done is just like
Yeah.
I guess at the point I am in the game, I don't know how valuable the other things are. So it's easy to like pick one thing to do, but then fear that the other thing that I might have done was maybe better worth my time.
When in doubt, always go for anything that's going to boost your social links. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
But like that only helps you make more.
That's all that matters, Popsicle. That's all that matters.
Well, like which social links?
All of them.
All of them?
There is like in each of the games there is like a way to actually get through all of them, but you have to like play it. It's not like a fun way to play. So it's like the way I see it is like whenever I play, I'm just like I kind of base it on because like each of the social links is linked to a specific like type of persona group, so it's kind of like just dependent on I guess like the type of fighter you like to be. So then just focus on those. Because usually what I would do, I focus on the character social links. Because for one, building their social links actually helps you in battle, so that's useful. And then for the ones that's outside of it, I usually just go for the ones that like usually have like strong in-game personas. But you would probably have to be more familiar with the overall SMT series to know how that works. So that's just so for you, I say just focus on like the character social links, and then just like pick random NPCs that you just like.
Because I found out that what's his face, the basketball guy, his like family doesn't approve of him playing basketball, and it helps him if I go to practice every practice. And so I'm like, well, now I feel bad. Like, so every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I have to go to basketball practice.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
And like last Thursday, I was like, oh, thank God it's raining. No basketball practice today.
It's like I feel better now.
I could do other stuff.
Funny because like a lot of that's the thing with like the social links though, because like as you get deeper into them, then like everybody starts having like these sad stories, and it's like crap. So now I feel bad for not hanging out with you instead of it's like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I can't hang out with all of you. I can't do it. So.
Yeah, I was just like every single section of the game, except like even combat is actually really stressful because the combat doesn't respect your level. So occasionally it will just be like, oh, here's a super hard enemy. Have fun trying to escape.
To SMT. Welcome to SMT. Just when you think you're doing good.
Oh no, he died. Oh no, she died.
LOLs.
I'm looking for a chance for you to escape. It's like, hurry, everyone's dead.
Like you're not looking hard enough.
Please hurry.
It does happen a lot. Like in the series in general, it's like any random encounter. This is like one of the things that made Nocturne so hard, because it's like you'd be like building up your team and you'd like recruit these demons, but then it's like just one random encounter. It's all it takes, and then it's like they will just wreck you, just absolutely wreck you, and it's like, oh, so well,
Yeah.
well then.
In that regard, like Tokyo Mirage Sessions is way more forgiving. It feels like you have time to do everything in Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Because there's actually like intermissions between the episodes, and it says intermission is time for you to do side stories. So just do whatever, and then you can do everything, and then go back to the main story whenever you feel like. It's like, oh, so it never it feels so different. Whereas Persona is just like, you're too tired, so you have to go to sleep. It's like, oh no, but then I'm not like getting to do other stuff because I have to sleep. And then you wake up, it's like, and you go to school, and then, like, in the morning, someone will be like, "Hey, you better come to this thing later," and then another person, "Hey, I want to hang out" or something. And
No,
then it's after school time, it's like, "Oh, I can only choose one."
that's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Or you could
That's kind
choose
of-
neither and then go home and then feel guilty about it. But time does not wait for you. It just like, whoop, next day.
I think that's interesting though, because like considering Tokyo Mirage Session is like the love child of like two notoriously difficult series, it's like for it to be like the easier one, it's like that is weird.
I don't know if it's easier exactly, but it feels less stressful.
Oh. Because I know because Fire Emblem also has like a semi social link esque mechanic to it as well that requires you to like build up your bonds with characters so they can perform better in fights too. But it is it's a bit more complicated than the social links
Mm.
because it requires you to do some things that you probably wouldn't want to do in the middle of battle, and it would get people killed, and there's permadeath, and it's like, well, that did not go well.
Saying hi uses your turn.
Basically.
Say hi to them when you're below 20% health.
Because it's especially annoying because like because there's like battles where you have to like because in like with Fire Emblem, like in order to recruit characters sometimes you actually have to like get to them and talk to them, but because the game likes to start them on the opposite side of the map and like outnumbered by like 50 to 1, like they'll be lucky to even get to you, so it's like, well, this is not going to go well for you, is it? It's just not going to work. You just won't be joining my team today. I'm sorry. So
Scary. But yeah, so Persona 4 I'm playing every day to walk, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions my daughter really likes to watch for some reason.
show-stopping numbers.
So
Show-stopping.
yeah, so she's always like, "Daddy, play."
Giving me error. Okay, I think it's working now. Okay. Practical talking about Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, is that when it died?
Yeah. Or were you about to move on to something? I don't remember.
He was.
I think you might have been, because oh yeah, I was switching to like some racing game, right? Or some other game. I was about to switch yeah, you're about to like move to different games. I was switching images and then it crashed like right while I had the menu open.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking about Battlefront.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
The Battle